Okay, I've had a few people ask me how to do breakout rooms, and I sort of have two solutions for people. So here's my two versions. One way is through Google Calendar, especially if you want another adult to be able to help lead that meeting. I recommend scheduling in Google Calendar because then you can add their email address as someone who can edit with you. But I'm actually going to show you a way that I think is a little bit quicker than that for just a moment. So I'm actually going to start with a Google Doc. So I'm actually showing you these are our band sectionals. That's how I'm going to use my breakout rooms. And just know that when we do this, we want to be an adult in each of these rooms. So you're going to have to be able to divide your screen up, in my case, 6 ways so that I can look at each section. So just sort of keep that in mind. You may want your students only in groups of 4. Or, you know, the more groups you make, the more little Google Meet windows you're going to need to see on your screen. So what we're going to want to do is come up to start a new tab, Google Meets. And if we just look at Google Meets regular, it's going to bring us to a screen like this. We can do join or start a meeting. And I'm going to call my first group is going to be my flutes. You can call it whatever you want to call it. Luckily for me, my kids are pre-sorted by instrument types to group them. So now I have this meeting information. I'm going to go ahead and copy this link. Copy that. And I'm going to go back to that Google Doc that I had where I wrote down flutes. I'm going to add a link, which is this button. Insert link. And now I can paste the link for that Google Meet and apply, right? So when I send this doc out to the students, all my flute players can click flutes and go into that Google Meet. And I'm going to leave that Google Meet like this, open in a window. Oops, my camera went to sleep. This is the struggle, technology struggle. Okay, even I'm struggling. Alrighty, so this is my flute room, all right? I also want clarinets to go, so on a new tab, Google Meets. Start a new meeting. Ta-da. Clarinets. You see where I'm going with this? Boom. New code. This is now the clarinets. Copy. Come back to this Google Doc. Clarinets. Link it. Paste. Apply. Cool? I think that makes sense, correct? So now the only thing with that is that you're going to have a bunch of Google Meet tabs at the top. So my real quick pointers is if you have headphones, it'll be better only because of this. If you have the audio coming out of your computer and you unmute your mic, it's going to simulate that classroom chatter actually, where you as the teacher are going to hear each one of these Google Meets talking because you are just sitting in the Google Meet right now. I'm just a spectator. I don't have my camera on. I'm not going to have my mic on. I'm just going to listen. And I'm going to kind of wait for the panic of the flutes to be like, wait, Miss G, so that I can unmute my mic and then talk to them. I could show my camera the whole time, I guess, if I wanted to and stay muted. But if I'm using headphones, so that way there is no feedback for the kids in that aspect at all. They're not going to get any feedback. So if the flutes are like, Miss G, I can talk to them. And while they're talking to me, I'm still going to hear the chatter of the clarinets and the altos and all that stuff going on in my headphones. But if I just have it on my computer speaker, then when I go to unmute, they're going to hear all that sort of like background noise, if that makes sense. And then so I would just, once you preset that, right? The good thing is this is in a Google Doc that I could actually have them use every single week. Like once I've made these meetings this first time, before that class starts, so if I'm going to do this first period on Monday, I'm going to click into each one of these to open all of those little windows for me. And for me personally, I'm going to end up doing this. I'm not going to lie to you. So I can just like look at them all in little squares, you know what I mean? And line them all up so I can see everybody. Otherwise, you're flipping through tabs, which theoretically works as well. If you don't have a second monitor, I really recommend it. That's why I keep looking back and forth. And so once you make these groups, you have this Google Doc. And I actually, because I don't trust the kids to come in and out of it, would share this doc with them and then pull it away. Like, should be something that I can show them and then take that doc away from them as a resource. Just so that way you can actually, like, not let them into those rooms when we're not there. because at the current time we don't know how to fix that, although I'm talking to IT. I got you. So hopefully that helps with breakout rooms. If you have more questions or I went too fast or something like that, just send me an email. I'll do my best to answer you. I've been like super swamped lately, but I hope that helps get you guys started.